Well, good morning folks, and welcome to part 2 of the test of my Samsung S7 Galaxy for vlogging. So we've come to a place called Buscott, which is not far from where we live. So we're having a little stroll down to, there's a weir at Buscott and a lock, so we're having a stroll down to the Buscott weir and lock. It's an absolutely gorgeous morning. Right, it's very cold, it's about just above freezing I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just above freezing, but it's an absolutely gorgeous morning. I'm trying to sort of keep it to one side of the camera a bit because the sun is right behind us, so it's reflecting right off the screen, so it'll probably white out quite a bit. But here we are. I'm just going to flip round now to the front facing camera so you can have a look round with that. I'm going to play about with a few of the settings on the video as well, see what changes we can make, if it makes any difference. But just going to spin you around now, so bear with me folks. Oh, it's got a cloud in the sky, isn't it? So there you go folks, this is Buscott Weir, it's in front of us there. That's the old lockkeeper's cottage round there. I spent many hours fishing here, many years ago now, when I was a young lad. Which was a long time ago, wouldn't it? Can't remember that far back.
You can rent that cottage, by the way.
Yes folks, as Karen said, that cottage there is National Trust. I think most of Buscott is National Trust actually. But that cottage there, you can actually rent and stay in it. That's an idea, we'd stay and go fishing. I could go fishing. You could have a week's holiday, I could go fishing. Yeah, you like that idea, didn't you? Not a lot, no, I didn't think you did.
No, I'll stay there.
You said, yeah, would you want while I'll be over, I'll go fishing? I'm working on that idea folks, anyway, we'll catch you in a minute. Green and not very nice, isn't it? So this is the lockkeeper's cottage, or what was the old lockkeeper's cottage. Oop. Gotta watch where I'm going folks. We're walking directly into the sunlight now. So that there is the new lockkeeper's cottage. That was the original lockkeeper's cottage. We'll spin around there into the sun a bit there folks. You may not be able to hear me. So now we're actually heading towards the locks. Well, that's still some frost on the path there, and that's on the grass. Can you imagine living there, folks? That there, I believe, was the old pumping station for the Thames Water. That big building. I'm not sure now. I think now it. Eh? Yeah, they bought that. That's now the boatyard. Look. So now we're just going to go across the lock. You have to watch where I'm going. Oh, so this is the lock. And that is the River Thames. Not far from its source actually, but that's the River Thames. Right then folks, we're now going to head we're going to head upstream folks. Yep, away from London. I think London's a few hundred miles away from where we are, so that's behind us. So there we go, that's the overspill from the lock, or the bypass from the lock. I don't know what you call it really. Fished off of there as well many years ago. What I'm going to do, I'm going to keep the camera set on the default settings, which I think is, the video is just full HD or 1080p. I'm also going to try 4K, or what is equivalent to 4K. Mind the tree there, right, mind the tree, I'll put you out with that. With a 4K, and I think there's a UHD as well. I'm not sure there's UHD, and it's a 60 frames per second. Yeah, UHD is 4K, and there's a 60 frames a second setting. I'm going to try that as well. I'm also going to try and plug my microphone in. I'm going to do that in a moment, just to see. That ground's frozen, isn't it? We brought wellies on, but the ground's actually frozen solid, so we've brought our wellies on. Oop. The ground is actually frozen solid folks, so I'm going to try the plug-in microphone again in a minute. We're just going to go through a gate, so I'll swap the camera around and we'll do the front facing camera again in a moment. Right folks, here we go, along the riverbank now. So there's the River Thames. And that's the new boatyard. Yeah, they've got some new moorings along there. As I said folks, I used to fish here many years ago. That, I believe, is actually an island. There's a little sort of stream that goes round it, so that area there is actually an island. And I believe it was called Brandy Island. Many, many years ago, there was a still on there. A friend of mine told me that from Farringdon. So, but apparently that was called Brandy Island, or is called Brandy Island. I'm not sure how much truth there is in that, but Brandy, yeah, he's a brandy still. That's what he reckons anyway. That's what Lord Farringdon reckons. But this is the River Thames. Spent many hours fishing along here, but fishing sort of got quite bad because there's this quite an infestation of the American signal crayfish, which I think I spent more time catching them than fish, but this is where I used to fish all along here folks. I'll show my actual spot in a minute. We're going to come on to my actual spot in a minute. And over that way, can't see, it might be around the corner when you go in the corner, but the actual town of Lechlade, is Lechlade a town or is it a village? It's Lechlade on Thames. Just over there, over in that distance, you'll probably see the, yeah, you can see the church spire in the distance, but that's the church at Lechlade. But this, just along here, is my spot where I used to actually fish. Just along here folks, I think it's just here if I remember, opposite the big tree. So there's the big tree, and this is where I used to fish. All around here, so there you go folks. Absolutely gorgeous day, bitter cold but a gorgeous day. Right folks, we're a bit further on round the river now. So that is Buscott Church in front of us. Not sure what that is. I think it's Buscott Manors, not Buscott House. There is a National Trust building quite close to us. But as you can probably tell, I'm now on the lavalier mic. Oh, getting a bit slippery now. So on the lavalier mine now, folks. So we've just gone round the river, goes all the way. I'm trying to hold the camera straight, it's difficult to hold it straight. So we're going to try and go, I don't know if you can see it from there, there's a gun emplacement there. We're going to try and get to there, start off, and see how much further we want to go. So we're actually heading away from London, if you like, this way. We're going upstream, going towards the town of Lechlade, or Lechlade on Thames. It's very slippery now. It's actually thawed out here more, isn't it? It's lovely now. I mean, when we're in the sun, it's actually very nice. But seem to be a bit sheltered from the breeze. It's quite a cold breeze, but we seem to be sheltered from the cold breeze. So what I'm going to do, folks, I'll probably video going away from the car, if you like, and then I'll probably take a few photographs on the way back, just to test the camera out. Right, yeah. We're also testing a Fitbit as well. How many steps we done? How many steps? Oops.
Let's see.
Switch it on. Gone off again. We're looking for 2,700 steps. So that's minus 700. So we've done 2,000 so far. Our aim is to do 10,000 steps. For all these people who got a Fitbit, 10,000 steps a day. So our aim is to do 4,500 and then turn around and do 4,500, which is 9,000, and that gives you 1,000 to walk around the kitchen when you cook me dinner. I'm right in the sun there, folks. So I'm going to flick it off now. That's right. Ooh, I'm right in the sun now. So, folks, here we are at the gun emplacement. I'm going to go in. I'm going in. You coming in? Oh, that's a hell of a step. Don't know what we're going to find in here, if anything. So there we go, in the gun emplacement. Ooh. So this is inside the gun emplacement. People. Look out the river, can't really see very well. That's looking out on the river. I think these holes there is where, after the war, they tried to blow it up to get rid of them, but it's very unsuccessful. There's one up there. I think there's another one over there. I think they actually tried to blow it up, but they built them so well that they couldn't. They just left it. And that's step there. Oh.
Time 28 minutes 40 seconds. Distance 1 mile. Pace 28 minutes 39 seconds per mile. Split pace 28.
I can hear voices. Can you hear voices? I can hear voices, folks. The voices is my the voices is my smartphone or my iPhone talking. They're not in my head. Shit, they're in my head. They're not in my head. Anyway, I got an app on my old Galaxy. No, I haven't. I got an app on my old iPhone called Map My Walk. So I'm just trying it out to compare that with the Fitbit that Karen's wearing to see if we get some sort of similar results. So I'll just walk a bit further on round, and I'm going to try change the settings on the camera, or the video camera. Now the problem is I'm going to shoot in, so I'm going to try 4K or UHD, and I'm also going to try in 60 frames per second. But as my computer runs on Steam, I don't know whether it'll actually handle them files, but we'll try it anyway. But if not, at least we've tried. I'm just going to scan you around there. Right, so what you've got over there, you've got St John's Lock, just so that you can see where the cars are parked. And then you've got Lechlade, or the town of Lechlade over there. I don't think we're going to get that far. And just looking back at the gun emplacement. So I'm just going to change the settings on the camera, folks, and then we'll see what happens. Right, folks, the setting is now on, they call it QHD. Don't quite know what that is, or settings wise, it is written down, but this is QHD. So I don't know how, as I said, how well I can edit QHD, if I can edit it at all. But this is QHD, and I'm staggering about like I've had a drop to drink. Ground's very uneven here, but this is QHD. Just going to stop here and just do a pan round. So folks, we're shooting at full HD, 60 frames a second. Don't know whether that actually make any difference to the video itself, or whether it's only in the editing that be able to use the 60 frames per second. But then I'm only using Windows Movie Maker, so I'm not using the best of the video editing software. But we'll head up. We're going to go to, the plan is at the minute now to go to that bridge over there. So we're just going to walk past this lone fisherman. I'll carry on filming for a bit, and I'll change it to UHD. As I said, folks, I don't actually know whether my computer will be able to handle UHD files or 4K files, if that's what it is. The video stabilizer's on, so I don't know how well that's actually working. So we're heading towards that bridge over there. Right, folks, we're nearly at St John's Lock. We've decided to get to St John's Lock, so we're just going to go across a bridge. It's that robin in front of us again. We seem to be followed by a robin, but it might not be the same robin. Might be his mate. But there's a robin. There's a robin following. Eh? Yeah, but is it the? Got it. Oops, dropped me in. Right, up we go to the bridge. Ah! It's your bridge, isn't it? You got to go underneath because you're a troll. Fee, fi, fo, fum. No, that's the wrong one, isn't it? Billy Goat Gruff, that was it. And the troll. You're the troll. So, oh, that's a lovely view, folks. She's stomping. She's in a bad mood, folks. No? Right, so I'm just going to swap the camera around, folks, because it's absolutely fantastic view up here. So, bear with me, folks. So, just in the distance there, folks, where the boats are, that's what's called St John's Lock. So, I'm just going to pan round, try and hold the camera steady. It's going to be into the sun now, so I don't know how well they'll come out, because I'm going to be looking right at the sun. I don't know how well it's going to work. I can't really see now, I've got a bad reflection, but that's where we've walked all the way down there. You can see in the distance the gun emplacement. So we followed the river, and as you see, it does meander a bit. So all the way around, folks.
Beautiful reflection in the water.
See it in the distance over there, that road bridge. We actually got to go underneath that, and then we will, Yeah, cold wind again. I'll go underneath that bridge and we are in theory at St John's Lock. So when we get to St John's Lock, or when we're about to go under the bridge, I'll do a bit more recording. Right folks, here we go, into St John's Lock. So here's this Father Thames, isn't it? So this, folks, is Father Thames. And this is St John's Lock. We're not going to go any further. So in the distance is Lechlade, or Lechlade on Thames. And we're at St John's Lock. Right folks, well that was St John's Lock. Now we're heading back towards Buscott Lock now. We'll be heading into the sun, so I'm not going to do any videoing because it'll just be washed out with the sunshine. So we ran, it took about an hour, I think, an hour to walk. Absolutely fantastic walk. And it's warming up a bit now. So we're walking into the sun, as Karen said, so I can't do too much videoing. So the only thing I'm going to do now is just take out the lavalier mic, and we can just do another quick comparison between the with and without the mic. But I should think, going by the past experiences, the built-in mic is okay, but the lavalier mic is certainly much better. So I'm just going to go across this little bridge. But that was Buscott Lock to St John's Lock on a gorgeous, what's the date today? 25th? Is it 25th? 25th or 26th, but it was a Sunday. It's 25th or the 26th today. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous day. It's very cold, but nevertheless well worth getting out. So I'm just going to take the lav mic out, just do another quick comparison. Then I'm going to grab some photos on the way back to have a look how well the camera performs. But that's it, folks. Back shortly. Right, here we go, folks. We're now on the built-in microphone of the Samsung Galaxy S7. So it's a quick comparison. I think, as I said, going back the last time, I with and without the cheap lav mic worked a treat. So there you go. As I said before, Buscott to St John's Lock. I'm not going to do back again, as I said, because we're walking into the sun, take a few photographs, etc, etc, etc. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed our little Sunday morning stroll, and we'll catch you again soon. Bye bye for now. Okay, bye bye. Bye to the nice people. Catch you later, folks. Bye.